Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be located, and we are back. Busted Knuckle Garage is doing some more restores. We do have a couple more mods that are going on. I went ahead and found them. This is not one of them. This is the story order car for the next story order. Looks really great. I like the fact it says President on it. It's got some pretty trippy, cool stuff. But unfortunately, this thing is kind of garbage underneath. We're not worried about this car right now. So let's head into the garage. Let's check out these mods. Alright, so we got a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10. Everybody knows this car. Probably seen it driving around. These are pretty sought after. Unfortunately, this one's going to be expensive. I did find this in the junkyard. Both the cars cost her, I believe, under $5,000 when I found them in the junkyard. So that was a thing. Not going to have any modifications. We do have a four-wheel drive setup in this one, so I'll have to figure that out. We do know a few things about it, but we really haven't done any scans on it, and right now we are currently losing money on it, but that'll change. Now, get over here. Here is the Volvo Wagon. So, I was bumming around on Cryptic Fox's Car Mechanic Simulator stream last night and ran into a guy that asked about if they'd played any of the mods that they've uploaded, so I went ahead and grabbed the ones they suggested, and this was one of them. So we're going to do a showcase on this. We'll do a rebuild. This is a nice red. Get this taken care of, and we'll go from there. As far as this one goes, this one is going to be, looks like a fuel-injected single overhead cam i4. Nothing too special. We can probably improve on this horsepower just a little bit, but we know even less about this car than the Evo. I haven't done any scans yet. I haven't taken any parts off. I just basically got them picked up this morning out of the junkyard after about 7 or 8 trips and popped them in. So we got them washed, we got them welded, we got the interiors done. Just basic stuff to get it out of the way, because what we're concentrating on is not watching the little car wash thing spin around, but actually getting these cars going. So, with that being said, we're going to start on the Evo. We'll leave the Volvo for later. Not because I have any issues with the Volvo. I mean, those are probably one of the safest cars on the planet, but they used to hold that title officially. But I just want to get this one out of here and get this one taken care of. First, kind of just to free up a lifter, and I think the Evo's got a little less work to do to it than the Volvo does. So I want to take some time with the Volvo. So we'll get the Evo whipped out and get it back together and get it out of here. Probably going to have a lot of body kit parts that we can't fix, but hopefully we'll check out the car shop here in a second. Try to move these body parts off, and we'll see what kind of mods we got for these cars. Alright, so that's pretty much what they look like stripped down. It's kind of frightening. So, let's get our tablet out. We were in the electronic shop because I was buying batteries for them. As far as the thing, it looks like we got some bannered windows. Nice. Lots of spoilers for the Evo. I am impressed with that. And not sure what these tiny parts are. I'll have to look at it. Good selection of body kit bumpers. Definitely a lot of tuner part stuff for the Evo. So, nice black carbon fiber hoods. Thank God for that. Huge thing. If I buy a part from the junkyard and it's default like black, like carbon fiber or something, it needs to stay that way. Especially in these fresh mod sections, they should be pretty much ready to go. So, huge thing there. Looks like we've got a few different sets of taillights. We actually have quite a few doors as well. I can see the detail differences with the body shaping here. Looks like they did some real heavy sculpting on these door Ds. I kind of actually like the C's, but we'll see what the flow rate is on the, because those are rear doors, so we'll see what the flow rate is on the rest of the car. Trunk decks, it does look like we have a carbon fiber option, just visually. Looks like that's got like a vinyl overlay or a livery overlay over the top of it that'll make it black, which would be cool. Stock windshield, obviously. Probably not going to do that. Did not see. Yeah, and the headlights, they do have the single front headlight turbo port option where they've replaced the headlight with the intake manifold or the intake tubes. So that's cool. And looks like you can do it on either side. Yeah, I am seeing that carbon pattern on a lot of this black part stuff. So they did some work here. This looks like an engine cover. I'm not sure what this part. Now, you know, if you go into interior, you can get bonus mode parts too, but I don't see any of those on the car either. So I don't know. That's an interesting one. So we'll have to figure out what those are. It could be for a variant of this car. It's entirely possible. I'm sure there's some weird parts for the Volvo too. So let's get out of the Mitsubishi here and let's check out the estate. Oh yeah, nice. Snowboards, roof racks. Oh yeah, there we go. It's got some actual tuner parts in here too for the bumpers and stuff. Good on ya. Fenders that actually go across the entire thing and have the matching rear piece so you don't have to find it. Oh, it's got one of those Rallycross fog light setups on it. Now these lights say 75 only, so I'm assuming there's a difference in years. I don't remember which one we have, so I'll have to look at that. So you got a diffuser back here. A rear wing for the hatch. Nice. See, they got actual tuner Volvo. That's pretty awesome. Now with the estate over here, I'm kind of curious. Now it's got my interest. Ah, there it is. Front clamshell. So that's probably the roof rack. How it triggers. You got a lot of glass in this thing. The one thing I was curious about with the Volvo, and this could be... Yeah, it looks like go under assemble mode. It's just the bench and that. I believe some of these had a third seat. Not all of them. I believe there were some that did, but we needed to check. This is a 75, so we can actually do the round headlights in the front if we want to. So that'll be nice. All right. Well, back to the Evo. And its gloriousness. Yep, that's four-wheel drive system. Okay, up here. Now, there is no radiator, there is no power steering fluid, any of that stuff, brake booster, engine's not complete. So we don't have to worry about any fluids right now, which is nice. Alright, well, we're going to get the body panels fixed before we start pull anything off the car, so let's get that done. Hopefully I'm coherent enough this morning to not muck this up. Oh, that's nice. We're fixing taillights and stuff now for these, so looks like they modded them in as regular parts with a repair value. I can dig it. Unfortunately, that means we need to match them, but like I said, there wasn't much on that car to repair. So, let's get this thing torn the rest of the way down. We know we're going to need some parts, so... We have one of the doors, I just don't know which one. There it is. Alright. Enough mucking about. We are basically looking at probably a fuse panel in here to get rid of. A bunch of relays. Gross. I appreciate the individual fuses for parts, but since I can't actually do much with them, I almost wish I just had the fixed. You know, the fixed fuse panels that were just automatically done. I mean, it would be nice if it was an option. I appreciate the sentiment, the idea that they tried to do here, but it actually kind of sucks when you can't fix a lot of the stuff. But, oh well. We are well into level 26. Wow. I believe we have all of our points spent, but I can double check it. Realistically, we're just going to get, you know, more of whatever we have left. I don't believe I have more than like 6 left to complete the tree. So we'll check that out. Yeah, everything on this car is pretty much broke sideways. It's not even registering half the stuff even coming off. That's bad. That out of the way. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to fix a lot of this stuff on this car. Which, I mean, it was $4 grand for an Evo 10. I mean, I can't really say much. I expected it to be kind of trash. Not gonna do that weird thing like some people in YouTube do that go to the car salon, buy a perfectly pristine car and go, oh yeah, we're gonna do a quick restoration on this. It's like, yeah, some of them actually do make pretty good money if you can get all the performance mods and stuff, but yeah, I ain't doing that. Homie's not playing that. For starters, it's deceptive. I mean, yeah, if you're honest about it, hey, I picked this up from the car salon and we're gonna throw some performance parts on it, it's one thing. Other times, it's like, oh yeah, I got this thing and it's in a... I started restoring it and it's this far, let's finish it up on stream. And it's like, no. Floating steering rack. Oh, that's expensive. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to repair. I'm just hoping for a good chunk of it. Last thing to get off of this side before you can take the engine out with a crane. It's not that last thing we're going to take off the engine before we put it out of the crane, because, you know, got to pull the clutch and stuff apart, but now at least we can get to the rear end and pretty much be done. Front came apart fairly fast. Oh, and guys, I'm not trying to high-speed rush these when we put these together. I just get them done a little faster. I noticed a few streams where, you know, I was watching the clock, and rebuilds were taking an hour and a half, 2 hours. And yeah, you get distracted when you're looking at stuff like chat, but I guess that I watched it, and they, like, the people that I was watching, they never actually physically stopped repairing the car. They just, for some reason, took forever. Don't understand it, but so if it seems like it feels like I'm rushing these or something, I'm really not. That's just the pace of the game. Yeah, yesterday I was playing with my DPI on my mouse cranked up a little too high, but that was causing more visual problems for me than it was really anything else. But yeah, I don't know about pacing. It's just weird. Maybe I just got really easy cars recently. That's maybe what it is. I don't know. I'd have to duplicate some of their builds to actually figure that out. And right now, it doesn't sound very appealing. Plus, it sounds kind of scummy to go watch their streams and then go, hey, look at how much better I can do your build than what you did it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That'd be kind of a prick move, you know? Funny, I can take the upper suspension off before, you know, any of this other crap. Same thing with shocks. I mean, shocks make sense, but yeah, to be able to take the suspension arms off before the tires. They really like dropping this crap on your head, don't they? Probably another rear axle that just get dropped on our heads. I think all of these are rusted. Yep, pretty much. Okay, now visually that bearing looks shot. A little bushing, yeah. Oh, I got the hiccups. Alright, so while we're ripping the rest of this thing apart, what's everybody's figure on how many parts we actually managed to save? I'm thinking it's going to be expensive, because I don't see it being a lot. What's left of the engine's right there, guys. It ain't much. You know how much it is? Crankshaft and a block. We have to build an entire engine and the block shot. Oh, I wish there was a way to do a swap. Alright. Cross our fingers we repair more than 50% of the parts. I don't have a lot of faith that's oh, yeah, when we do that, I don't really have a lot of faith that's going to happen. Oh man, I can't believe I broke that. I mean, it was probably pretty shot to begin with. It was probably just barely hanging on. Still a ton of instant repairs. Oh, I don't have any engine. Yeah. I4B block. Oh, alright. Get out of here. Head to the car parts shop and find an I4B. Like this one here is what we're working with. Yay. And the construction begins. Look out. Alright. I4B. Looking to see if there's any unique parts that are going to be interesting. So it looks like we're going to have camshafts that are going to be different. We'll have to get a head covers, manifolds, stuff like that. And I actually do a turbo motor. We'll need an oil pan. That's a given. I know there's a lot of other parts in there for the i4 that we didn't grab, but I'm gonna grab 8 of these just because I know we got the Volvo to work on. Oops. Alright. You know the drill. Any performance parts we can get, because, yeah. Gotta make him as fast as possible. I think the i4 actually has coils. Do have an intake manifold performance part for that, though. That's a good thing. Pistons with con rods. Yeah, we'll grab 8, whatever. We're spending money. An i4 throttle, but we'll figure out what it actually needs. Alright. Grab a water pump, get it on here. Yep. Roller A. So we don't have any rollers anymore. Wow. Yeah, I just grabbed an arbitrary amount. Ooh, shiny. Alright, so we can't do anything else till the head's on this thing, so I guess we better put the pistons in. And since we're going to be under there so long anyways, let's just do this from the bottom. Rod caps. Gonna start buying stuff in bulk just because I know it's gonna be bad. Crankshaft stuff too, but yes. That's kind of annoying. Time cover for an i4BA. That's this one here. Alright. Crank pulley, I know we didn't get. Okay, we got fuel rails for an i4B and a throttle for a V6. Which one is it? There's an option. God knows how much power we just put into this thing. V6B. Okay. This one. It's a big un. Alright, so just an oil filter, I guess. Oh boy, we get down to the oil filter. Congratulations, I believe we have successfully completed the engine. Except for the head cover, I believe. Yeah. Head covers, unfortunately, something I didn't think about. There it is. Yep, we gotta put the things in. Ignition coils. Yep, remember I diagrammed spark plugs? I did not. Alright. I do believe that is an engine. We'll call that an engine. Fancy. It even looks like it belongs in the Evo now. And we dropped the stream, didn't we? Sorry about that. YouTube is being retarded again. It's just Alright guys, sorry about that. The stream's dropping. YouTube and ISPs are having bitrate problems. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but Fox having the same issue last night, so do apologize. Unfortunately, it's something we can't really do much about. But we are back to the suspension, which sucks because 90% of it's broken. All kinds of intercoolers and everything else in here. Wow. Alright. Out of the performance parts, back into this, in the suspension. Now I get a fun part. These rays. Do these and all that. Alright, about tie rods. We're ahead on that. No one needs some of those. 4 bearings, that's obvious. I don't remember which drive axle it is, so I'm going to have to wait on that. So we'll just have to build this and go from there. I think it's H, but I think H is required for this one. Wait a minute. There's brakes we can turn. I gotta get pads anyways. I don't know how many we're actually going to need, but I'm just going to get a full set for the braking system. And go from there because, you know, I know there's a lot of broken parts in there. I just don't remember all of what was broken. It's like we got one lower sus arm, but we're missing the other one. Steering rack did not repair. Fortunate because they're $800. We pre-planned the tie rods because we were smart about it. We're gonna do shock absorbers, which we have to build, so I'll work my way around the car real quick before we do that. Still think I need to grab a front axle cover, but nope. That we're okay with. It's front wheel hub that was bad. Damn, I'm starting to remember what parts were bad and when I'd have to check the list. We're getting some devilishly good XP gains, though. Front sway bar. It's like just a regular one. Easy peasy. That in there. Gearbox i4 4-wheel drive. Now, I could check in here, and I'm sure it exists, but it does. I don't think we need a custom gearbox. It's only at 1%. Yeah, not worth almost double the money for 1% of performance upgrade. Ah, it's drive axle C. Nice. Okay. See, it's weird, because the drive axles are in the suspension parts, and the rest of them are in the transmission parts. That's where everything gets a little wonky. Alright. I know we're going to need probably a whole rear-wheel drive suspension crossmember, right? I mean, technically, the non-existent wheels would turn, and look at this! Alright, mod developer, you missed the spot with the drive line. I'm not sure what happened there, but maybe there's a part that I'm not seeing. But that's a very long distance. It could be just the length of the car, too. I don't know. It's possible it's just the length of the car being bitch. Happens. Up 3. I need one of those. Speed over here. Wow, only one of these repaired. Okay. Neither rear wheel hub. I haven't turned the discs yet. Okay. Yeah, both rear drive axles are just hunky-dory. I was looking for what kind of suspension that was. My brain wasn't working today. And the last thing over here, I believe, is the sway bar connection. But we don't have the sway bar in yet. Don't have one. Alright, moving on to the other side of the car. Do have to do a fuel tank. Yeah, we should do it now. Rear upper arms. Yeah. Freaky drive shaft. Messed me up. Rear suspension arm. That's the triangle one. There it is. This suspension has a lot of parts to it. This is actually one of the more complicated ones, too. Hey, it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just it eats up bushings. Spring cap. I do like the rear suspension on this with the struts. It's so much easier. Okay, we need to go get the brake. I guess so. We were turning. I wasn't paying attention. So, realistically, we need a starter. The brakes. Exhaust is a thing. Tires and front suspension. Those were shock absorber A's, were they not? Yeah. Okay. Those were these. While we're here, joining brake parts, we might as well join up the suspension. Yeah, the whole 2 birds, 1 stone thing. Or 6 birds with 11 stones. I think you might get kicked out of the zoo if you do that. We might actually clear the next level too. Get that, leveling up, getting stuff going. I mean, yeah, it's 800 points, but we got another car to restore plus one outside. So, I mean, it's possible. Come on. Alright, what do we need for exhaust? Rear muffler H. This one. Okay. And we need exhaust pipe, middle muffler, catalytic converter. I think it's those three. Front exhaust section A, I4B. Does not look like we have one, so we're going to have to go back to ye old generic stuff and see if we can find it. Yeah, I think the body on this car is actually slightly longer than the model that they use. The parts don't exactly line up. The exhaust kind of just, you know, has a gap, but so does the driveline. So I appreciate the fact the driveline is an actual 3D object, though. It's interesting. Alright. Shock absorbers in, get the sway bar end links in, and be done with this. Ace. Now we should be able to put the tires back on. Yep. Then other than fluids and a bunch of crap up in the engine, we have just tires and bodywork. There's a lot of stuff in the engine bay. Bodywork's going to be another one that's questionable. Here's the base. Another brake servo. Battery. So we'll need a power steering reservoir. A coolant tank is D. Okay. I went over past coolant tanks. B. Ooh. While we're here, stopped on that thing. Okay. We need 3 radiator A's. Oof. Yikes. I like how it's just air filter. No. No top, no base, just air filter. That's just it. It's just a floating air filter in the engine bay. God. Oh, it's funny. Alright, we need a fan housing B. And it's going to be under R because radiator. Fan housing B, fan housing B, fan 1, B, fan 2. That in there. Alright. Yeah, starter. Hey, we're down to electrical, so. Module. Pump. I didn't see an ECU, but I know I need a fuse box cover A. Starter. Just funny, because I believe this car has a pretty complex ECU in it. Oh, we're right. Uh-oh. Had a freaking spike. We're at 118 frames per second right now. I don't know what's going on with that. AABB, 4 C's. Okay. 2 A's, 2 B's, 4 C's. I love how it sounds like I'm dropping bolts and I'm putting in fuses. You won't get an auditory thing. 2 A's, 3 A's, 3 A's, 3 B's, and a C. Nope, we do have an ECU. There it is. I was like, I thought there would be an ECU in this. It's an A, so it's up here. Gotta learn what page things are on. Once I do that, I'll go even faster. Okay. So, we are down to tires, fluids, and that other thing. You know, the body, because apparently we can't drive a freaking stripped out go-kart. I'd love to drive a stripped out go-kart. It's not going to allow us to, though. I wonder how much horsepower we're actually making with this. Alright, such brake. Much control. Gotta love Cheems. Alright. I guess we can separate these and try and fix the wheels. I'll have to buy tires, but One thing we haven't really done. Yeah, I still never opened that drink. I am really smart. It's like, ooh. We only got 3 of them. Room Classic 6. Looks like 19's all the way around. That makes sense. So, Room Classic 6. It said 19. Yep, that's an 18. There we go. Alright, now I need to take a look at the tires real quick. So I got 245 35R. Yeah, it's expensive, but whatever. Oh God, no. I am so smart. Yeah, that happened. Okay, just gonna finish the tires before I do any balancing because I already screwed it up once. Let's forget. Get that drink now. Stop for a second, think about what I've done. Alrighty. I think we're gonna go with the, yeah, I think we're gonna go with this windshield. Carport 1B we'll throw on there. Glass is convenient, so I'm just gonna grab it all right here. I have no idea what this part is. Oh, we'll grab the F, because I don't know. Grab the engine cover. And I'm going to go extreme mode with that. I have a left door. Go with the C. Left fender and right fender. As for the hood, I think we'll go with this. No idea what the taillight was, so figure that out later. I went with the D on that. That. Carbon fiber trunk. Yes. Oh yeah, definitely a carbon fiber hood. Nice. Door glass. Car part 3. Oh. And I bet you that added something interesting to the other side of the car, too. Big old fat rear bumper, carbon fiber trunk. No rear window. Alright, left trunk tail light. No idea. Car part 1. Big old spoiler. Because, yeah. Yeah, I did that. I was trying to just forget I did that for a second. You need a rear window. Oh god. Car part 2. Right door. Yeah, let's look at it. Yes. I think a black. Yeah, black Evo. Let's do a black one. Okay, we still need to do interior. Which I believe was the GW 500 Salem seats, and same for the front. It's even right-hand drive, which is nice. I guess since the game, you know, has the physics for it. Okay. Status, body 93. Yeah, we're missing plates. I think that's all we're missing. Oh, the large intercooler in the front and the engine cover, too. Yikes. Forgot the intercooler. No! Ooh, that's nice. That's why the air filter floats. Okay. We forgot an intercooler. Actually, might have a plate laying around. Nope. We need one plate. Where are we going to make this? I could see the irony of a Texas truck plate. Let's make this South Dakota car. Oh, beautiful South Dakota. Current car value, $60,000. We haven't even driven it or dyno jetted it yet, so let's take and put it to a test path and get it straightened up. Alright. Paint shop. I don't know. Matte black murdered out Evo with all kinds of aftermarket carbon fiber parts. Yeah. Dang it, we gotta do that. There's no liveries for it, so they didn't develop any liveries for it. That's fine. They did the glass, which that's pretty much a livery in itself. Yeah, that looks good because the front parts, when they came from the factory, it looked really awesome in the all black anyway, so. Alright. Take our murdered out Eclipse over to the dyno and see what we got. Or Evo. Yeah, we only gained about 198 horsepower. It's not awesome, but I mean, that just tells you the car probably didn't have a lot of horsepower, you know, didn't have a lot of horsepower room to improve anyways. The engine was already pretty much maxed out. There, let's see how it looks in the sun. Oh, bollocks. Oops, I went to the junkyard with the car. I drove the car to the junkyard instead of driving it to a speed tracker. Don't know how that happened. Even had to do a confirmation, I still did that. Wow. Alright, well, it says lit in here, huh? Nice. Alright, let's check it out. See how it looks when it's all murdered out. Ooh. Yeah, she's a little spicy. All-wheel drive. Ah, we topped her out. 164. So yeah, that's where that performance transmission comes into play. Make adjustments to gear ratios. Yeah, my FPS is really looking good now. Wow. My stream FPS is pretty steady at 120, so awesome. Alright. $67,000. It was a good car. Glad we built it. We'll build another one later. Got to keep that money up. Alright. Let's go do a Volvo. Now, I am expecting a phone call sometime today that's very important, so we will do this car, but there's a possibility we may have to cut the stream short for the day. We've done a few 4-hour streams recently, so say it's pretty fair. But hopefully that's not too big of an issue. We can get this car pretty well taken care of before that's an issue. Another i4. Multi-port fuel injected i4. So, let's get to tearing this thing down. It looks really cool without the doors on it, though. I will say that. Salvageable parts. Awesome. One wasn't as rusty as the other one. I appreciate that. Could be just a good find, but could be just the developer didn't want to make it a rusty nightmare. mean, there still is a fair bit of the parts that are, you know, gross, but nowhere near as bad as that Evo was. I can't believe that Evo was as cheap as it was. It didn't go for very much at all. Probably just the car it was based off of when they did the mod. The sale price wasn't as high as it could have been, which is fine. We still made a profit on it, so what do we care, right? That out of there, this out of here. Yeah, I know. Visually, it kind of sucks when I do that. I should move the camera, but... What's multitasking? Checking something on my phone with the other hand, so... Couldn't really move the camera. Do see a lot of salvage here, though. I mean, your standard stuff like rubber bushings, yada yada yada, those aren't going to be salvageable, but well, at least spring rear end. Interesting. Good choice. It is actually pretty close to period specific to have this kind of rear end on it, so. Okay, let's see if we can drop the axle out of the car without freaking taking the tires off. It's not gonna let us. Missed opportunity game. You could have an injury freaking metric to the game. Disc brakes in the rear? Yeah, I could see it. On this car, even 75? Yeah. I mean, that's possible. Wasn't common, but certain models of cars from certain manufacturers would have disc brakes at, you know, in 1975. So, it's not unheard of. Yeah, boy. Alright, so, a couple things. Separate what we have in suspension parts, even though it's not really going to matter. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's separate what we have in tires. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. I was going to clear out the inventory from the Evo before I did this, but oh well. It really doesn't affect anything when you're buying all new. I think we'll go safety with this car. I don't think we're going to do a lot of... I don't think we'll do performance parts. We'll do upgraded pistons because we already bought them, but I think we're going to go pretty conservative on the engine. Just because this car was pretty much a symbol of, you know, safe cars when it was in its heyday. Not that other cars were that much unsafe, but, you know. This was kind of the pinnacle idea. The Volvo was the safety car. Now, we do have a lot of freaking upgrades, and I actually wouldn't mind doing the Rallycross setup on it. But it's rear-wheel drive, so Rally could be a little difficult. I don't know. I'm still kind of tossing the idea around. Come back to it once we get the engine block up and torn down. We'll figure out what we want to do. Now, one thing I would say with the Volvo, especially if you're going to have the, you know, Rallycross set up and everything, like the big fog lights, do a completely absurd engine swap option, like a, you know, supercharger engine or something in it. Something just dumb. The big V8s or something. Because while it wouldn't have cleared WRC for, you know, whatever with that, I could see people putting in like an LS motor into a old Volvo station wagon and making it a sleeper. And honestly, maybe I already had. I just didn't notice. But the one I got had an i4 in it, so I'm going to make the suggestion anyways. Mod developer out there stops by and watches the stream while we do this. That's my suggestion. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. This thing's about as bad as the other one. At least it's got a timing gear on it. Yeah, single overhead cam 4-banger is not going to be awesome when it comes to performance. So matter what parts I throw into it. Alright guys, hang on just a second. Hello? Hi. Oh, did you? Possibly. Well, now you can't leave. Yeah. Okay. Hang on one second. I'm gonna kick my stream off real quick. So I'll talk to you in just a second. All right, guys. Well, I got the phone call that I was looking for, so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We'll finish the Volvo up later. It's Friday night. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I may do a stream a little bit later, just to kind of wrap this up. But thanks for coming out, and like, subscribe if you like what you see. I'll keep looking for new mods, and I'll see you guys next.